Welcome to another episode of Mexican in the Kitchen. I have this cup of corn flour. We're gonna put it in a bowl. And I'm gonna use also the same amount of water. It is better if you use hot water, but the water should be still on a temperature that you can't use your hands. Now we have flour and water, and we're gonna top it with some salt, and then we can start mixing the ingredients. You should keep in mind that it's better to have some flour and water next to you, because sometimes you will find yourself needing to add either a bit more flour or a bit more water, because we want the texture to be perfect, and sometimes you need to adjust the measurements a bit. Basically, we want to knead the dough until it has a firm consistency and the dough is not sticking to our fingers anymore. And when you achieve that point, then it's a perfect dough. This dough gets dry very fast, so we're gonna take a damp piece of cloth and we're gonna cover it every time we're not using it. Now we have many options for making the tortillas, and the one I'm using usually is this press. This is a traditional way. It's just two pieces of metal or wood with a lever. You can actually build these or you can buy it online. I got this from my brother, he was visiting a while back. And before he brought me this, I found these two pieces of wood. It's maybe a piece of furniture, like from a shelf, an IKEA cheap shelf. And we just need these because we need something to make the tortillas flat. So I cut open a normal Ziploc bag. Now we're gonna take a piece of our dough and we're gonna rub it to make a tiny sphere. We want it to be as round as possible. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're gonna put it right in the middle. We're gonna take the other half of the bag, cover it. You can have two pieces of plastic. Then we're gonna put these two pieces of wood together and we're just gonna press together. Some people use a plate and just a table, or you can use basically anything that will help you to make this dough flat. We're using the plastic because it's gonna make it very easy to take the flat dough and it's not gonna stick. So we're gonna take it very carefully. And we have our tortilla. Now, if you have the press, of course it's way easier, but the procedure is exactly the same. We're gonna take our piece of plastic, we're gonna do the same sphere with the dough, and we're gonna put it right in the middle. Now, of course, this lever will make things quite easier for us. So we just put it there, put the other half down, press. You barely need to press. It basically does the whole work for you. And some people prefer to do it from both sides. You have to kind of flip it, because always one side will press a bit more. So basically we're just making it symmetrical. And again, we have the tortilla. It's a bit larger. You will find it that is a bit thinner, which is a good thing. Now we're gonna cook our tortilla, and I have this pan. It's on a 3 or 4 out of 6. It's better if it's not too hot, but the point is that the pan has to be warm already when you're starting to cook. Now we want to lay our tortilla down. You have to be very careful, make sure it's flat. And we're gonna flip this 2 times. So the first time, it's gonna be a quick 20-30 seconds on the pan. It just gets cooked enough so we can flip it. You will notice that once it starts getting cooked, the tortilla will basically float on the pan. You can just move it around, so it's very easy to flip it. Here, now we are gonna wait a bit longer for it to cook. And again, if it's too hot, you can also use something to help yourself, or just flip the tortilla. After our tortilla has been cooked for 1 or 2 minutes. You'll notice some bubbles, so we can flip them again. And if you did it correctly, you will see how it starts puffing up. That means the timing, the warmth, and the dough is perfect. I'll show you again with this one. You'll notice how fluffy it starts becoming. It just starts coming up. And basically at this point we want to give it maybe 15-30 seconds more, and your tortilla will be ready. Once our tortillas are done, we can keep them on a folded towel. It will keep them warm. This is how I make the tortillas, and you can see they're quite nice. They're not the thinnest, but of course you cannot have the same as you would get with a machine, but they're quite close to the ones that they would do on the street, this handmade, or on some restaurants, and they're quite tasty. So you should try it, because tortillas are the base of many dishes. Of course there's hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands different kinds of tacos. You can use them to make tostadas, you can use them to make chilaquiles, enchiladas. There's many dishes, and of course it's something quite easy to do. If you find this corn flour, you should try. They're quite nice when they're recently made, so try it at home. If you like the video, press like, subscribe, share with your friends, and I'll see you in the next one.